The Jewel Ornament of Liberation by Gampopa, translated by Khenpo Konchok Gyatsen Rinpoche. This is part 3, the contributory cause. The contributory cause is the spiritual master. Chapter 3, the spiritual master. Even though we have the excellent working basis, a precious human life, if we are not encouraged by spiritual masters, then it will be difficult to follow the path of enlightenment because of the power of the non-virtuous, inveterate propensities of previous lives and the force of habitual tendencies. Therefore, it is necessary to attend spiritual masters. The summary, reason and classification, the characteristics of each classification, method and benefits of attending spiritual masters. These 5 comprise attending the spiritual master. Number 1, reason. There are 3 reasons explaining why we have to attend a spiritual master. A, scripture. B, logic. And C, simile. A, scripture. First, from the condensed perfection of Wisdom Sutra. The noble disciple who has respect for the Lama should always attend the wise Lama, because one receives good qualities from him. And from the 8,000 stanza perfection of Wisdom Sutra. From the beginning, a Bodhisattva Mahasattva who wishes to achieve the unsurpassable, complete, perfect enlightenment should meet, attend, and pay respect to spiritual masters. B. Logic. One who wishes to achieve the omniscient state should attend a spiritual master because of not knowing how to accumulate merit or how to purify obscurations. The positive illustration of this is the Buddhas of the 3 times. On the other side are solitary realizers. To explain, in order to achieve the complete perfect Buddhahood, all the accumulations, including merit and primordial wisdom, must be gathered. The means to do that is to depend on the spiritual master. All the obscurations, including the afflicting emotions and the subtle obscurations to enlightenment, must be purified. The methods to abandon these obscurations also depend on the spiritual master. See simile. A spiritual master is like a guide when traveling to an unknown place, like an escort when going to a dangerous place, and like a boatman when crossing a big river. Explanation of the first simile. When traveling to an unknown place without a guide, there is danger of mistaking the path, of losing the path, or straying from the path. When a good guide is followed, then there will be no danger of mistaking the path, no danger of losing the path, and no danger of straying from the path. We will reach our destination without wasting any steps. Similarly, when entering the path of unsurpassable enlightenment and going the way of Buddhahood without a Mahayana spiritual master as a guide, then there is danger of getting lost on the non-Buddhist path, of mistaking the path for that of the hearer, or of straying to the path of the solitary realizer. On the other hand, if the guidance of the spiritual master is followed, then without mistaking the path, losing it, or straying from it, we can arrive in the city of omniscience. It is said in Sri Sambhava's life story, the spiritual master is like a guide who leads one on the path of perfection. The second simile is of a dangerous place which holds the threat of harm from robbers, thieves, wild beasts, and so forth. When going to such places without an escort, there is danger to one's body, life, and wealth. With a proper escort, one can reach the destination without any danger. Likewise, by entering into the path of enlightenment and aspiring to the city of omniscience, by gathering the great accumulations of merit and primordial wisdom, without a spiritual master as an escort, there is danger of losing the life of favorable conditions and of losing the wealth of virtue to thieves and robbers, the inner discursive thoughts and afflicting emotions, and the outer maras, evil spirits, and so forth. It is said, when the crowd of robber-like emotions gets a chance, It will rob all your virtues and will even take your life in favorable conditions. But if you are not separated from a spiritual master who is like an escort, you will approach the city of omniscience without losing your wealth of virtue or having your life of favorable conditions taken away. Thus it is said in Sri Sambhava's life story, all the merits of bodhisattvas will be protected by the spiritual master. The life story of Upasika Achala says, each spiritual master is like an escort who takes you to the state of omniscience. The third simile. When crossing a big river aboard a boat without a boatman, you will not cross to the other side because the boat will either sink under the water or be taken by the river current. With a boatman, you will cross to the other shore by his efforts. Likewise, when crossing the ocean of samsara without a spiritual master to act as boatman, then even if you enter into the boat of the holy Dharma, you will be carried by the current of samsara or will drown in samsara. It is said, the boat will not take you to the other shore of the river without a boatman. Even if you have the complete qualities, you will not be freed from samsara if you are without a lama. So therefore, if you attend a spiritual master who is like a boatman, you will reach the dry bank of nirvana on the other side of the ocean of samsara. Planting the Noble Stalk Sutra says, a spiritual master is like a boatman who crosses the ocean of samsara. Therefore, you should attend spiritual masters who are like guides, escorts, or boatmen. 2. Classification. There are 4 classifications of spiritual masters. The ordinary spiritual master, the bodhisattva spiritual master who has attained certain bhumis, the nirmanakaya spiritual master, and the sambhogakaya spiritual master. These 4 types are related to an individual's spiritual realizations. When one is ordinary or just beginning, one cannot attend Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who have attained higher levels as spiritual masters, so one attends an ordinary spiritual master. When one's karmic obscurations are more purified, one can attend a Bodhisattva spiritual master who has attained higher levels. After one accomplishes the great accumulation path, one can attend a Nirmanakaya spiritual master. When one attains the Bodhisattva's level, one can attend a Sambhogakaya spiritual master. Of these 4, who is the greatest benefactor? When we are in the obscuring darkness of the karma of afflicting emotions, we have no opportunity to even see the face of a superior spiritual master, so how could we attend one? By meeting ordinary spiritual masters, receiving the light of their teachings, and shining it onto the paths, one will gain the opportunity to see the superior spiritual masters. Therefore, the greatest benefactor for us is the ordinary spiritual master. 3. Characteristics of each classification. A. Nirmanakaya and Sambhogakaya spiritual masters. Having purified the 2 obscurations, Buddha embodies the perfection of the purifications. Possessing the 2 omniscient wisdoms, he embodies the perfection of primordial wisdom. B. Bodhisattva spiritual masters. Bodhisattva spiritual masters who have attained higher levels, from the 1st to the 10th bhumi, possess varying amounts of wisdom and purification. In particular, bodhisattvas who attain levels above the 8th possess 10 powers to benefit other beings: the power over life, mind, provision of necessities, cause or action, birth, intentions, aspiration prayers, miracles, wisdom awareness, and dharma. Power over life means one can live as long as one wishes. Power over mind means one can maintain meditative concentration as long as one wishes. Power over provision of necessities means one can shower down a rain of limitless necessities on sentient beings. Power over cause means one can shift the effects of karma from one particular life to another sphere, world, realm, or birth. Power over birth means one can maintain meditative concentration, and if born in the desire world, one will not be affected by its faults. Power over intentions means that one can change whatever one wishes into earth, water, fire, and so forth. Power over aspiration prayers means that if one aspires to perfectly benefit oneself and others, it will be accomplished. Power over miracles means one can exhibit innumerable manifestations in order to cause sentient beings to be interested in the spiritual path. Power over wisdom awareness means one has perfected the understanding of phenomena, their meaning, the definition of words, and confidence. Power over Dharma means that in an instant, bodhisattvas can fully satisfy all the sentient beings according to their dispositions and in their different languages through words and groupings of letters based on many different types of sutras and so forth. C. Ordinary spiritual masters. There are 3 types of ordinary spiritual masters: those who possess 8 qualities, those who possess 4 qualities, and those who possess 2 qualities. Concerning the first one, Bodhisattva Bhumis says, one should understand that a bodhisattva who has 8 qualities is a perfect spiritual master. What are the 8? 1. One who possesses the moral ethics of a bodhisattva, is learned in the bodhisattva's teachings, possesses realization, possesses compassion and kindness, possesses fearlessness, possesses patience, possesses an indefatigable mind, and is expert in verbal expression. The second is described in the Ornament of Mahayana Sutra, possessing great scholarship and dispelling doubt. Whatever he says is acceptable, distinguishing the 2 realities. This is a perfect bodhisattva spiritual master. Possessing great scholarship refers to being able to give more extensive teachings because of vast wisdom. The spiritual master can dispel doubt because he has profound discriminating awareness. His words are acceptable because his action is pure virtue. He explains the primary characteristics of afflicting emotions and of their purification. The third is portrayed in engaging the conduct of bodhisattvas. A spiritual master is always expert in the Mahayana teachings. He will not abandon the bodhisattva's vow, even at the risk of his own life. In other words, a spiritual master is learned in the Mahayana vehicle and holds the bodhisattva's vow. 4. Method. When this kind of authentic spiritual master is found, there are 3 ways to attend him. These are A. Attending him through respect and service, B. Attending him through devotion and reverence, and C. Attending him through practice and persistence in the teachings. A. Respect and service. The first has 2 subdivisions. Attending him through respect means doing prostrations, standing quickly, bowing down, circumambulating, expressing yourself with a feeling of closeness at the right time, gazing at him on and off without satiation, and so forth. The example is how Sudhana, the son of a merchant, attended his spiritual masters. The planting the noble stock sutra says, one should never be satisfied by gazing at the spiritual master, because it is difficult to see spiritual masters. It is rare for them to appear on the earth, and it is difficult to meet them. Attending the spiritual master through service means to offer him dharmic food, clothing, bedding, seats, medicine, and all other types of necessary things, even at the risk of one's body and life. The example is the way Sadaparudita attended spiritual masters. It is stated in Sri Sambhava's life story. The enlightenment of a Buddha will be achieved through service to spiritual masters. B. Devotion and reverence. To attend him through devotion and reverence means that one should regard the spiritual master as the Buddha. One should not disobey his teachings. One should develop devotion, respect, and a clear mind. The example is the manner in which Naropa attended his spiritual masters. The mother of the victorious one, perfection of wisdom, says, you should persistently, repeatedly, and constantly revere spiritual masters. Be very generous with them and cherish them. Furthermore, one should avoid wrong view toward the skillful actions of spiritual masters. Instead, one should respect them highly, For an example, refer to the life story of King Anala. C. Practice and persistence. Attending him through practice and persistence in the teachings means to truly integrate and practice the teachings of the spiritual master through hearing, contemplation, and meditation practice, and through persistence. This will make the spiritual master supremely pleased. The Ornament of Mahayana Sutra says, attending the spiritual master means practicing whatever is taught. By this, he will be completely pleased. One will achieve Buddhahood when the spiritual master is pleased. As it says in Sri Sambhava's life story, when you please the spiritual master, you will achieve the enlightenment of all Buddhas. There are 3 steps to receiving teachings from the spiritual master: preparation, the actual teachings, and the consequence. First, preparation means to receive the teachings with bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment. While actually receiving the teachings, you should regard yourself as the patient, Dharma as the medicine, and the spiritual master as the physician. Listening to and firmly practicing the Dharma should be regarded as recovering from the sickness. As a consequence, the faults of being like a pot turned upside down, a leaking pot, and a pot filled with poison will be avoided. 5. Benefits. The beneficial effects of attending a spiritual master are mentioned in Sri Sambhava's life story. Noble family, a bodhisattva who is well guarded by spiritual masters will not fall into the lower realms. A bodhisattva who is escorted by spiritual masters will not fall into the hands of an evil person. A bodhisattva who is well guided by the spiritual master will not turn away from the Mahayana path. A bodhisattva who is well guided by the spiritual master will go beyond the ordinary person's level. The Mother, the Victorious One Perfection of Wisdom, says, a bodhisattva mahasattva who is well guided by a spiritual master will quickly achieve unsurpassable complete enlightenment. This is the 3rd chapter, dealing with the spiritual master from the Jewel Ornament of Liberation, the wish-fulfilling gem of the Noble Teachings.